Okay, so today's lesson 3.1, obviously, first lesson of the third 6 weeks. It's going to be preparing to solve quadratics, okay? We're going to be solving quadratics in the next lesson. This lesson, we're going to do all the things that we need to do so that you'll be ready to solve them next class. All right, first thing we're going to do is learn all the names for a solution. Okay, because this is one where there's 4 synonyms that they might use to ask you for the same thing. All right, they might ask you for the solution. They might ask you for the root. They might ask you for the zero. Or they might say X-intercept. Right, all of those things in this context mean the same thing. Right, solution, root, zero, X-intercept, they all mean the same thing. Do you know, which one of these do you think you know what it means already?
Everybody.
Right, everything? Yeah. Right, oh, you're so smart. Right. I think that the easiest one that really is straightforward is X-intercept. Okay, I'm going to do a little thing like this. These all mean the same thing. Let's see. Right, and it is where the parabola crosses the x-axis. Okay, the solution to any of these is where the parabola crosses the x-axis. You know what parabola means, right? Okay, it's a U-shaped graph. Right, I think you know where the x-axis is, right? It's the horizontal axis of the graph. Right, so where does it cross the x-axis? That's what we're looking for, okay? That's what when we say solving, okay, to solve, the solution is where it crosses. So first of all, we're going to just go back to basics. I'm going to ask a question. How many solutions can you expect to see?
At least 2.
Right, good question. Good answer. Yes, I'm going to give you 3 graphs here though, and you'll see on each one, it'll be a different number of solutions. Right, so we're going to draw 3 graphs. And this one, it's just going to be a sketch. It doesn't matter where the numbers are, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. But if I have one like this, there's a parabola. This is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. How many solutions does this graph have? Right. 2, right? We're talking about where does it cross the x-axis, or how many times. On this question it says how many. How many times does it cross the x-axis? It crosses right here and right there. So I'm going to say 2 roots, okay, because I'm going to call it one of these things in each of my answers. Right, so it all means the same, but I'm going to use each different word so that we know that you could use any of those words. Okay, that one has 2 roots, 2 solutions. What about this one? Let's see. There's x. There's y.
You have 1, 2.
Good. This one. Now, normally it usually crosses twice, right? It dips down, goes below the x-axis, comes back up. Maybe if it was a negative parabola, it would go up, come back down, and cross 2 times. Sometimes, though, it only dips down, and I would call it like it dips down and just kisses the x-axis. Okay, it doesn't cross it; it just touches it. So how many is this one? Right, 1. Right, 1. I'm going to call that 1 solution. All right. I could also say 1 root. Same thing. Means the same thing. Also, all of these, I drew them as positive parabolas where the arrows are going upward, but it could also be like this, downward. Okay? It still could have just one solution, 1 root. Right, and then my third one. What do you think this one's going to be? 2, 1, right, 0. Good, good. Okay, because it could be, I'm going to do this one upside down. What if it goes like this and it never touches the x-axis? Right, 0, right? If it never touches it, a solution, a 0 is where it crosses. This one will say no solution. Yeah. Right, there's none. Okay, it could touch 1 time, it could touch 2 times, or it could touch no times. Those are the 3 options. Okay, for parabolas, it can only be that. Okay, there is no such thing as infinite solutions on parabolas. Okay? Any questions? All right, this is a lot of this, what we're doing today is going to be Algebra 1 review. So if you remember it, then you're going to feel really smart. Okay? So let's see, example 1 down here. I'm going to give you some parabolas, okay? First example 1 is going to be y equals x squared minus 4x. Right, and I'm going to give you the table and the graph for this one. Okay, so I'm going to give you a table. It's going to have 5 rows. Now, if I put this into y equals and I look at the table, these are the numbers that I'll see. But instead of doing that, so we can save a little bit of time, I'm just going to tell you what the points are. Okay, we've got -1, 5. We've got 0, 0. We've got 2, -4. We've got 4, 0.